So here we've got standing dumbbell calf raise. For this one we're going to use a step, but you could use a 25 kg plate or a couple of plates stacked up to give yourself a bit of elevation. So what Tom's going to do, he's going to get the dumbbells in his hand, he's going to stand on the step, and he's never going to come lower than what you'd be when you're on the floor. So he's never going to go lower than this position, because if he does, it takes the tension out of his calf and it's just a stretch on your Achilles then, and we don't want that for this exercise. So whenever he's flat like this, it doesn't feel like your calf's working when you're on the floor, but when you're on a step and you're having to hold yourself in that position, there's going to be tension in your calf. Now the trick with this is, obviously there's the balance element of it, but to get the maximum contraction in our calf is about getting right up onto our toes to get that contraction there and trying to stay up there. Now what a lot of people will do is knees might buckle in to try and keep balance, so you want to try and keep knees over toes, coming up and going and then holding at the bottom. So Tom, if you jump on for us, mate. So this is a position where Tom's balance. So Tom's never going to come lower than this position. So here he's got tension in his calf. If he goes right up to the top for me, so right up there, calf still working, then he comes down to there, still tension. If you go lower than that for us, mate, now there's no tension in that calf and it's not working. He's stretching this, okay? So we don't want to be stretching, so now we're working, tension, up onto the toes, nice, and down. Now, if you can't quite work it with some dumbbells and you want something to hold on to and you can go with body weight, that's an option. But Tom's an elite athlete, so he can use dumbbells and balance to do it. So Tom, up onto your toes for us. There you go. Down, keeping that tension. Try and make that calf as small as you can at the top for me. Squeezing it there and then lowering nice and slow. Trying to control it as much as we can when we're lowering it. And that's why sometimes it's good to have something to balance onto. Tom's an extreme athlete. So there you go. With a standing calf raise, we're trying to make that calf as small as we can, and we're trying to keep the tension in it all the time. And when we drop lower than parallel to the floor, we go into a stretch and we take the tension out, which is not what we want. So that is a standing dumbbell calf raise.